Welcome to the fated ace game. It is CaptainSPrice, the defending king. He's throned 1 king, defeated 4 challengers. Will Cruzz be the one to take him down? Find out right now. Cruzz playing as U.S. forces once again. He was the victory point leader in game 1, chose U.S. forces. CaptainSPrice has chosen Oberkommando West. He has switched up his faction choice here. Doesn't feel comfortable trying Ostheer on this map in particular. Went with Oberkommando West, and every single time CaptainSPrice has taken a series to 3 games, he has been Axis twice and switched faction. Against Jeslin, he started with Oberkommando West and lost, and then won the ace game with Ostheer. Against Cruzz, he started the ace game, or he started the series with Ostheer and lost, and took Oberkommando West to the ace game, and he's been the victory point loser both times. And yet still won the series against Jeslin. Let's see if he can pull off the same thing against Cruzz. And I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. Looks like CaptainSPrice is going to go with his standard breakthrough commander selection. Probably going to start spamming G43s into a Jagdpanzer. And yeah, so we already know his build pretty much beforehand. Cruzz, on the other hand, in game 1, chose U.S. forces, picked U.S. forces again. Boom, there's the airborne pick. So we know exactly what he's planning to do. No weird commander selections, just going to do the exact same thing he did last game. I would be surprised to see him get a Scott again, though. That certainly didn't work out very well for him in game 1. I'm expecting full-on Sherman spam from Cruzz once he gets the fuel up to do that. Probably also going to be an early M20. But I guess we'll see what happens. I don't know. We're going to have an early engagement here in the center. Same exact build from Cruzz, by the way. Extra rear echelon troops for capping. And 2 squads of riflemen making their way out of the Allied base as well to engage here in the center. And wow, that is an incredibly early mechanized regiment headquarters from CaptainSPrice. I appear to have been completely wrong about what he was going to do. I have no idea what he's going to do. I have been caught off guard. He went with 2 squads of Volksgrenadiers into a mechanized regiment headquarters and immediately activated fuel transfer. We might be looking at a, I don't even know what we might be looking at. I guess we'll find out. That's a little weird to get that early just to throw on fuel transfer. Maybe he's going to rush out his tier 4. Might just go straight for the flak half track. Didn't work that well for Cruzz last game, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. Cruzz pushes up with his riflemen into this green cover position by the house. Takes mild damage on the approach, but no big deal really. Should be able to force those Volksgrenadiers from the building. Rear echelon troops engaging Volksgrenadiers here in the south in green cover. That engagement is going to last forever with the Volksgrenadiers eventually winning. More Volksgrenadiers moving up to support will get those rear echelon troops out of there. Volksgrenadiers will be brute forced out of this structure, though. Support does not arrive. Here in the north, rear echelon troops will lose an engagement to Stern Pioneers, depending on who reacts first. Not sure what exactly might happen. If he utilizes volley fire, he might get a miracle engagement, but it looks like he's not going to do that, and he has lost this engagement already. There's the retreat. Squad of Volksgrenadiers forced from the building with only a sliver remaining, and riflemen will move up to engage these Volksgrenadiers. Grenade, early grenade. Only 2 model losses, those never so slightly off target, I guess. Volksgrenadiers will be made to retreat again, and CaptainSPrice is being pushed completely off the map. Although he does still hold the north fuel and has wired off this approach with those Stern Pioneers. Rear echelon troops make their way up from the south to assist. A 3rd squad of riflemen and a lieutenant has also been fielded. M20 is already in production. Once that M20 hits the field, it will be forced to contend with that really quick flak half track. Just going straight for the flak half track with that fuel transfer on the entire time, using what little munitions he scrapes together for a single grenade. Other than that, no munitions expenditures. That rifle squad is going to be forced to retreat really slowly past those Volksgrenadiers. If they get a lucky snipe, that could be a wipe. Look at that squad wipe. Really lucky with those Volksgrenadiers. They managed to seal the deal on that rifle squad. Wow, Cruzz made it for almost 15-20 minutes last game before he lost an infantry squad. And those Volksgrenadiers just wiped some riflemen that had to retreat through deep snow. Got a really lucky volley off on those retreating rifles. Ouch. That is a painful early squad wipe. Flak half-track making its way to the front line now. And Cruzz's infantry is going to attempt to take control of this position from these Sturm Pioneers. Reinforced wire barricades will deny cover to these infantry. Sturm Pioneers have yet to take any damage, really. They are up against a lieutenant, though, and at this range, I'm not sure what will happen. Volley fire going out on those Sturm Pioneers, and I'm pretty sure that's not going to do anything at this range with Sturm Pioneers in green cover. And the Flak half-track is engaging the M20 here in the center. Or no, it's not. That's the SWS. Flak half-track is engaging riflemen here in the south. I'm pretty sure that volley fire didn't do anything, but I didn't actually get to see. Regardless, the M20 will be sufficient to force the retreat, and the lieutenant should be able to get this sector under his control, although this Panzer Fusilier squad moving up apparently will be sufficient to force Cruzz to retreat. I don't know. Flak half-track would have won the engagement anyway, so he would have had to retreat regardless. CaptainSPrice looking pretty good for map control. That early squad wipe is hurting Cruzz, and it shows. Forced to retreat there. Sort of losing the infantry game now.
Regimental headquarters advise. Panzer Fusiliers are ready for action. Incoming tank! Hold on! Infantry attacking in force!
SWS half-track could get wiped out by the M20 here. If that happens, CaptainSPrice's tech might be delayed slightly, although he doesn't actually have that much fuel anyway. So depending on what his tech decision is, may or may not make even that much of a difference. AA half-track has been fielded here by Cruzz as well. He's going really hard into those early light vehicles. Not entirely sure if that's going to pay off. I was wrong in my assumption that Cruzz would go with early Sherman spam as well. Bridging the gap with that AA half-track will delay his Shermans significantly. He's going to have to capitalize on this to take control of both fuel points, or he may find himself falling behind a little bit in the armor game. Battle group headquarters going up right here. That is a risky move. If that AA half-track spots that thing going up, that would be disastrous. I don't know if he has vision or not. I think he does. I'm pretty sure he sees that building. Can't get into short enough range, though, with that AA half-track screening. It gets a pretty good burst off on Cruzz's half-track. Couldn't pull off any kind of flank, and that battle group headquarters will complete. The M20 was not available to harass either, receiving repairs here in the south. CaptainSPrice will have this forward defensive position now. It's going to be even harder for Cruzz to crack that open. He should probably shift his attention now towards trying to take control of the fuel here. Panzer Fusiliers are going to force these rear echelon troops away in the north. And a lieutenant takes up a position inside the church.
Our supply line just got cut off. German infantry! We're losing a capture point. We got a rifle squad waiting for orders.
AA half-track in the south will take control of the south fuel point, and Cruzz still has to get some forces out of his base to go take control of the north. Cruzz is up to 3 command points now, so since he's a little behind on fuel, he's probably going to end up fielding a squad of paratroopers with the manpower. He's probably going to start floating as he waits for his next big fuel purchase. Major is in production, and once that hits the field, we should start seeing some tanks. Whoa, that's bad! Drove right into that Volksgrenadier and AA half-track. Barely gets away alive.
Get your men covered.
Rear echelon troops will move to harass the north territories, however, and CaptainSPrice will probably send these 2 squads to respond. Forward retreat point is unlocked here in the central village, giving CaptainSPrice a strong defensive position that Cruzz will have to contend with. He's also got 1 Panzerschreck. He felt sufficiently pressured to get Panzerschrecks against Cruzz's light vehicle play here, so no G43s. Besides, he has this flak half-track for heavy-duty anti-infantry. Doesn't need those G43s as badly as he needs the Panzerschreck by any means. Black half-track forces another retreat there. AA half-track is moving up to fire on these infantry here in the center.
Under attack! Armor! There! Evasive maneuver! Keep adjusting your position!
M20 pulling away from the center, pops a little smoke. Grenade going in that building, only inflicts 1 model loss, though we could see a squad get wiped by those Stern Pioneers at close range. Oh no, that could be another squad down. There it goes, rifle squad wiped. Another squad just got tossed, or grenade just got tossed right there. That was kind of an interesting, not sure what that was about. That squad will get away alive. These squads reinforcing here in this position. Cruzz is falling more and more behind, but his map control is actually looking kind of okay. He's taking control of strategic points on both the north and south flanks. Has his opponent a little bit boxed in, dropping himself an AT gun now to try and take out that flak half-track, which is now up to Vet 1 and well on its way to Vet 2. Lieutenant's going to get forced out of this building. Flak half-track pops smoke. This one suppresses these infantry formations, however. M20 is providing vision, and that AT gun will be a serious problem. The autocannon can land any shots. Not quite. Ooh, that building's about to go down! CaptainSPrice gets out just in time, and will retreat to his battle group headquarters. Meanwhile, harassment is taken all the way to CaptainSPrice's base here in the north. Getting pretty aggressive now. Look at this push! Forced to retreat immediately, though, on both fronts. That was a little over-aggressive.
Regimental headquarters advise. Panzer Fusiliers are ready for action.
Has to be careful with that half-track. He's managed to keep both of his flight vehicles alive so far. So is CaptainSPrice. That rear echelon troop squad will be forced away by the Panzer Fusiliers up there. Not sure what I think about this purchase. He's only got 6 kills. It doesn't seem like it's had that dramatic of an impact. The delay on his Sherman. In fact, he's not getting a Sherman. He's getting a Scott. Scott to bombard this defensive position. I think that might actually be a good choice, especially since he doesn't want to delay his Tier 4 units any longer. Lieutenant takes too much damage to continue engaging and will retreat. AA half-track pulling back. M20 also pulling back. Harassment has been shut down here in the east, and those Panzer Fusiliers will be able to start retaking territory in the north. Volksgrenadiers defending in this general area as well. Cruzz sending 2 squads towards that south fuel. And Cruzz has not planted any mines actually with this M20 that I'm aware of. I certainly haven't seen any, and I doubt it since he has 340 munitions in the bank, which leads me to believe he's saving for P-47s later in the game. But I'm not sure. His manpower is actually a little on the low side. He had to field an extra rifle squad to replace losses earlier. Grenade will destroy this building. AA half-track moving up to counter here. None of its flak bursts can really connect. AT gun shot does connect, bringing it down to about half. Has to pull back for some repairs. AA half-track won't be able to do anything too aggressive. Again, protected by various stuff in this area. Panzer Fusiliers continue to harass the north and are about to take control of that fuel point with the Scott on the field. he should be able to apply a little more pressure to this area. If he can get some lucky squad wipes with that, he might be able to propel himself into the lead. Sets up a major retreat point right here, and he's fielding himself an ambulance so that he can be a little more aggressive and retreat in the field. These three squads are making their way towards the south.
They got us zeroed in here! The enemy is overrunning one of our capture points.
Contact! Crowd infantry! God damn it! Someone get us out of here!
M20 doing some harassment up here in the north. AA half-track continuing to just fire on these infantry in cover. I think it might have lost vision. It's going to pull back to a slightly more safe location, and the Scot is being fielded towards the center to assist in engagements. Might start with the Volksgrenadiers in that house. Cruzz really needs to get some fuel under his control. He's lost both fuel points. Panzer Fusiliers defending right here. Hasn't started repairing yet with those rear echelon troops. And he's about to lose control of the fuel here in the south. Ooh, that was a big Scot hit. Whoa, that was close. Panzer Fusiliers almost got wiped right there. 4 kills already. Oh no, Jagdpanzer on the field already. I don't think Cruzz is ready for this. Not at all. He's only got 1 bazooka and 1 AT gun to fight that thing, and his AA half-track goes up in flames. Nice pickup by CaptainSPrice. Hits the field hard with that thing. His opponent was not ready. He's got to be careful about keeping that Scot alive too. That's going to be tough to preserve with a Jagdpanzer on the field. He's in a very dangerous position right now.
The squad is back to full strength.
Enemy rockets! Take cover! Combat promotion! Enemy Panzer engaging!
Jagdpanzer moves up to fire on the Scot. Ooh, it actually catches that M20 really out of position. We could see an ambulance go down here too. Barely any damage inflicted by that AT gun. Scot's floundering on the ice right now. This is all going wrong for Cruzz so fast. There goes the Scot. These infantry advance under cover of the M20 smoke and destroy the ambulance. It's all wrong. Cruzz just got destroyed by that Jagdpanzer. As soon as it hits the field, it killed all of Cruzz's vehicles instantly. Cruzz had no counter available to it because of his decision to go Scot instead of Sherman, to have a little more anti-Jagdpanzer to work with. And he couldn't bring his second anti-tank gun to bear in time. And that's the game. CaptainSPrice is still the king. Taking out Cruzz in addition to all the other challengers he's defeated, which means we're going to throw up another raffle, and somebody please sign up and take this king down. Good game. Axis wins.